Hello folks and welcome back to RefleX. The alien invasion has begun, and I'm not just talking about their pop music. Cancer got blasted by their super weapon, and they brought a whole bunch of other things too, which is what we're going to have to plow through. This is the first of the screw-up levels. There will be less in the next level, I think. But that's because this is the first really tough normal stage. Because shield management is so essential in this particular level that it's pretty easy to end up in a slippery slope of, suckitude, I guess. We'll overuse it in one segment and thus don't have any for any sort of following segments such as there. But the stage itself is not actually all that long. There is a little bit of a mid-boss, but that's not too hard to dispose of. He uses a lot of homing lasers, and those are king against big enemies like him. Now the reason the rest of this is the stage is so short is because we have to fight not one, not two, but 7 jerks at the end. You fight the first 6 members of Entropy Squadron in pairs, and the leader, her alone at the last. And each of the pairs has at least slightly different attacks and so on. It's also the first one which really allows you to exploit a particular quirk of reflecting those homing laser attacks, which is that if you actually manage to somehow re-reflect the same homing laser, it will start a new attack cycle before leaving. So if you can constantly reflect the same laser, it'll stay on a boss forever. Entropy 3 and 4 have different attack patterns wholesale to 1 and 2 and 5 and 6. As can be seen by the different turret style as opposed to the others' missile tubes. One of the things that the Ultimax games are actually generally pretty good at is not only making and designing some distinct bosses, but also making sure that every single one of their shots generally has some kind of fire port to come out of. You know, that's easily discernible. These 2 jerks aren't going to be around for too much longer. But one of the things that makes 5 and 6 difficult is that homing missiles count as targets for reflected homing lasers rather than as just, shots. And there's our first life lost. Yeah, each life counts as a continue, but since you can take 7 hits, that's almost like 7 lives in any other shmup. As I've said before, Sitter Skane is generally okay with people playing the game on their terms. Kamui has infinite continues, and Ultimax second and RefleX do have limited continues, but you gain a continue every time you finish a game, whether through game overing or actually beating the game. This is the first time we have to actually dodge missiles. They tend to be a bit more tenacious than other shooter missiles, which makes some other bosses a bit, birdie. If you don't know how to deal. And that's it for Entropy. See you next time.